Hi, this is Nan Feist. Welcome to my studio. And today we're doing a little experience body meditation. So I do these body meditation practices to help people get in touch with their selves and their body, to learn to live in their body. The first one that I am doing today is called Breath as a Wave. So I learned this Breath as a Wave meditation from Emily Conrad of Continuum Movement. I was very lucky to have had Emily Conrad as a teacher, and she taught me a great deal, and she stays with me in my heart today. So just for a moment, I'm going to take a moment and really be thankful and grateful to Emily, wherever she is in the universe. So we start sitting down in a comfortable chair. Now you may want to have a chair with a back, put a pillow behind you so you can really be up on top of your sit bones. I like to have my feet on the ground too, so I'm very much connected to the ground. I don't need a back chair anymore, but it is nice when you're first starting to have that kind of support. So we're going to start with our hands just on our belly, and we're going to just breathe in. Letting our diaphragm, we're going to try not to be breathing too much up in this upper respiratory breathing pattern, but down here in the belly. Just letting the breath come in the belly and expand and exhale. Going back out into the universe, right? Breathing in and expanding and exhaling and letting it go. So we want this breath to be like you dropped a little pebble into the water, and the riplets, the rings and the riplets, right, would just spread out and spread out and spread out in a wave pattern, right? So I'm just going to breathe into my center, letting it expand out, and on the exhale, let it go. Let it expand out. Ride the wave, right? Just breathing in and exhale and ride the wave. You don't really need to watch me. It's fine if you want to close your eyes and go inside, experience your own body during this practice. So we're just breathing in, feeling our body expand, maybe front and back, maybe side to side. And with the exhale, just letting it go. Letting the wave come in to fill you up. And letting the wave go as you exhale. Just getting used to breathing. We're going to expand this breath a little bit. As we breathe in, we're going to come down here into the pelvic floors, down here into the legs. Let that breath just expand into the legs. So breathing in the belly again, thinking about the breath moving down in the pelvic floor, down into the legs. And as you exhale, just let it wave through the leg. Feeling the breath wave in, and the breath wave out. Letting it move down into your femurs and noticing in your thigh and in your femur where there might be tension. Just trying to let it go. Letting the wave occupy those spaces where there's tension, right? Inviting the wave in. Releasing your body and riding the wave through. Expanding from your center down into your thighs, but also to your knees and your lower legs. That wave could come moving wide in the front and the back of the leg, also side to side in the wave, top to bottom. Just really inside, deep inside of your legs, expanding from center in all possible directions. I like to say, taking away all that you no longer need. But also just opening up space. Where there's tension, where there's holding, where there's tight tissue. The name of the game is opening your tissue. Emily liked to used to say, you're moving away from being solid, more to a gel or a flow or a wave, right, to a liquid. Moving away from being an ice cube and moving to a liquid. Just letting that wave come in, move through you, and change you. In whatever kind of way it will do that. Let that wave reach all the way down into the ankles. There's always a lot of tension in the lower leg and in the feet as they like to hold on to the world. But here we are just letting them go, letting them relax, letting the breath in, letting the wave go through. For several breaths. Bubbling up from center and expanding down through the legs, down through the feet, all the way down into the earth, and down the drain and out into the world. And we'll let these hands drop down here on our thighs. I like to leave my palms open so that the wave can spill out of the eye of the hand here, the center of the hand. But if it's more comfortable for you to put them down, it doesn't matter. Be comfortable, right? And as we let that breath from center begin to bubble up, we let it go ahead and fill up into our shoulder blades and eventually into the arm, letting that wave bubble from center and expand through the arms. Bubble up from center and move into the upper arm bones and the elbow. There's always a lot of tension around that elbow. Just let it go. Let it flow. Let the wave take away anything you no longer need. And again, we move down into the forearm like we did into the lower leg. Letting the wave come and move through you. You can go through the back of the arm, the back of the elbow, the back of the wrist, the front of the wrist, the sides of the wrist, the sides of the arms, the shoulder blades. One more bubbling up from center, up into the shoulder blades and reaching, waving through the arm, waving through the wrist, waving through the hand, releasing your tissue to expand, to be more fluid. Whatever wants to arise can arise and move. That's novel and unique movement. And now I'm going to start at my center again. I'm going to let this bubble up into my neck and into filling up my head, and finally right out of my crown, reaching for the sun or possibly cascading out into the atmosphere. Back to my center, letting the breath in, letting it wave on up through my neck, and wave on out. It's very difficult to do the neck. There's a lot of tension in the shoulders and the neck. So you're not trying to do it right. Throw right mind out. This is an experience. This is an experience. This is an experiment. This is just for you to notice patterns in your own body. Letting the breath wave in and work its way up in the chest and the neck. And wave out. That wave out could be the back of the neck, could be the front of the neck, could be the sides of the neck, could be the front of the chest, could be the back of the chest, could be the ears, could be the face, could be the back of the head. Really in all directions I let that breath in to expand in all directions. And the exhale to expand in all directions. I like to ride that exhale wave. Just going to keep working with this. Moving up a little bit more in the head. Seeing if I can really feel that breath push on the front of my face. Push on the back of my head. Push a little bit on my ears. And then just release out, waving out of my head, out of my neck, letting my jaw go, my tongue go, swallow, let your throat go, just a wave, filling you up, and waving out with the exhale. Let go of everything you don't need anymore. Not only the physical tension in your body, but any thought patterns, any words, any habits that don't serve you anymore. Let the wave carry them away. I'm also going to let go of the idea that I have to breathe in that wave. Let go of my need to breathe and pull that in. And try to just let the wave come on its own. Spontaneous wave rising from my center, bubbling through everywhere. And exhaling, riding the wave wherever it goes. There may be a tendency of your body to start feeling a little swimmy, a little trancy. Your elbow might want to move. You might want to fill up and float with the wave. Whatever arises, just go with it. Give it permission. And attention to where there's tension, right? And I can direct my wave there. And release at the same time and see if I can't change that gel structure to more fluid, that's solid to more gel. If I can't become more liquid. I'd like to image that octopus that moves through the water in all kind of possible ways. Maybe even that eagle that likes to float on the winds, just letting them go and letting the winds have you. The jellyfish, letting go and letting the wave take you wherever can go. Let go. Wave. When right mind awakens and tells you about the rules. It's okay, right mind. Thank you very much for the information, but this is just a practice. This is just an experiment. I just want the experience for this body in this moment. I want you to open your eyes. Let them just float in the socket. The wave could pick them up. They're like that little bubble, that little cork, that little ball floating on the top of the ocean. Just look around the room. Let them just float around. See whatever it is they see. There's a lot of tension around the eyes. So just let them float. I like to say it's like jazz, right? You have this big global feeling of the breath wave coming in and then the breath wave going out, expanding, expanding. There's all these little pieces inside of that. There's what's going on with my foot or my knee, but something arising over here in my elbow. So I give a little bit of attention to that little instrument playing over here and this little sound over there. This arising movement over here, and they're all part of this global jazz. And just feeling my whole field, one with all the water in the universe. It's a lovely exercise to do, sitting by a body of water. Becoming one with that body of water. But it could also be space. Remember more and more and more and more, letting the breath come in. Letting the breath wave out. Just passing through you. Letting your body respond in whatever way it wants. It feels so delicious to just ride that wave. Let that brain float. Let all those organs float and shift and expand, whatever they want to do. that bubbling up from center and expanding all the way out. Arms, legs, head, out my feet into the earth, out my body into atmosphere, and out my head, up to the sun. Bubbling from center in every possible direction. What arises for you. Whatever it is, let it float away. Maybe it doesn't really belong to you. Maybe you learned that somewhere and it's stuck, but no. It's just part of a liquid matrix. And what about those teeth? Can those teeth just float? And those cheeks just float? That tide pour out of your ears, your elbows, and your hands. All these little fingers, all their nooks and crannies, way through there. Release through there. And the tongue. About an octopus, huh? Floating in its liquid environment. Tasting and touching and observing everything. What about that nose? Does it smell? The wave go through there. Those eyes float. So your sit bones that you're sitting on. Soften a little wave out there. And your feet wave through the floor. And come back to that center. Back to your feet on the floor. Back to your sit bones on the seat. Back into the room. Hearing the sounds of this room. The smells of this room. Open those eyes. And float around the room. Just return to this breath in your center. Thank you very much for joining me today for this Breath as a Wave experience, body meditation practice. Wherever you need it, whenever you need it, it's yours. Take it, make it your own, tweak it a little bit, the key to this is really practice, to really visit this practice every now and again, every day. In the Taoist practice, we say practice it every day for 40 days, and it's yours. Thank you. And be well.